Thank you, Isha. Honorable Member Niti Ayog, Shri V.K. Saraswat, Additional Chief Secretary MP, Shri Manu Srivastav, Joint Secretary MEA, Shri Mahabir Singhvi, TERI DG, Ms. Vibha Dhawan, Ministry of Steel Director, Ms. Neha Verma, leaders of the industry, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you and a very warm welcome, first of all, on our platform. This is one of the most important industry platforms that we have for industry discussions that we do annually. And the reason being that, so there's a kind of a climate urgency that we are dealing with. And when we thought of this event, we made it a point to kind of ensure that all the right topics, all the key industry stakeholders are present under a roof for a gathering like this, so that we can have meaningful discussion. I don't need to, I think all of us understand why net zero is important, and I think all of us do have an understanding that India has committed to a net zero target by 2070. So why that target is there, and the background of it, all of us know about it already. The key question here is how, right? How are we going to achieve it? And also, is it technically feasible to achieve that target, right? How difficult or easy it could be? How should we look at it? What should be our approach? What should be our strategy? That is, these are some of the key questions before us, and that kind of puts into perspective why we wanted to have this event structured in the first place. One of the things we can do as a country is to look at what other countries have done, basically having a target and then working towards it in kind of mini targets. India has announced its INDCs, and that to a large extent explains that. But coming to the strategy, I think it's important for us to have an understanding on the fact that there has to be at least two key aspects of whatever the strategy that we formulate. The first is, of course, a price-based measure for moving towards net zero. It can be an emissions trading scheme, can be carbon trading, whatever you want to call it. We need to have a very strong price-based measure. And of course, the second part is to have sector-specific, interventions. And a lot of work is already on topics like this. And I believe a lot of discussion that happens today, a lot of the thoughts that come out today during speeches and interactions will focus on these things. Some of the key components, therefore, for a strategy like this have to be focused on the pace of the capacity creation that happens in renewables, the design of the emissions trading system that we have. It will also need to consider the shift towards a more energy efficient system overall. That may include how we move towards increasingly away from, let's say in the case of railways, increasingly away from road-based transport to rail-based transport for freight, or for example moving away from fossil fuel to in transport, fossil fuel to, let's say, electric vehicles or electric buses, etc. The other two key aspects of this will be the kind of critical minerals that will be needed for us. What exactly is the kind of requirement we'll have? What is the kind of funding requirement that we will have? There's a broad view that around 2% of India's GDP will go into achieving the net zero target by 2030. What are the implications of that, and how do we structure that entire approach towards net zero? These are some of the key questions before us, and this is also therefore. When you look at the agenda for the day, you realize that a lot of these topics are there, and I'm glad to see that we have an absolutely extinguished set of speakers and an absolutely extinguished set of people sitting on the dais, the leaders of the industry with us to guide us on that. My only request is please keep sharing your feedback with us as the day progresses. That's really valuable for us. With those words, I think, thank you. Thanks.